Hello and welcome to the Saga of Yacky, a short campaign using Duck's Britanniarum Dark Ages rules. So here he is, the aforementioned Welsh warlord, Yacky. He's been running amok in nearby Mercia for a couple of years now, but Selby is going to try and put that right. Seeking reinforcement from his cousin Alby, he's amassed a vast army to take on Yacky and has thrown down the gauntlet. And so the two lords and their retinues meet on the fields of Brummiburh. Selby is in the centre of his army with his Hearthguard, Honour to his right with warriors, and Alby to his left with Hearthguard and also some warriors. The Mercians will also have some bowmen to either flank. The Welsh are lined up with Yacky in the centre. He has two groups of elite warriors. Bryn to his left with two groups of warriors, and Gwyn to the right with three groups of levy. Come to assist Yacky is Roddy Ap Trotter, the noble with 6 shock cavalry, and they'll be on the right. The Welsh will also have some slingers in support. After the initial roll, both force morales start on 7 for the preliminaries.
So first up is single combat between champions, and Chubba is going to decline. He was wounded in the last outing, and therefore Chubba hides away behind his shield wall. That is 3 force morale for the Welsh. Now we're on to some mead. Well, the Welsh roll a 1 there. That's 2 points on their force morale, which takes them up to 12. But their fate cards are reduced by 1, and 2 Bebamus cards go into the deck. Mercians on 6. They get an additional D6 per group in all rounds of combat fought. Fantastic, they're all boozed up and they might get a bit excited if some Welsh run away and they'll chase after them. Another 2 Bebamus cards into the fate deck. I think I've only got 3. Now it's Begnino Numine. Will the heavens favour the sides? Well, Selby's got his priest with him, so he's +1. Well, the Welsh get 2 there. 1 Portentous Signs card goes into the fate deck, and the force morale go down by 1. So they're back to 11. 3 for the Mercians goes to 4. We are blessed. Add 1 point to the force morale level. Well, that was needed. They're up to 8. And finally, speeches. Well, of course, Crooner, the bard, is with Yacky. Not now, mate. We're rolling. So 3 for the Welsh becomes 4. They get another force morale point. That's them on 12. And for the Mercians, can you believe it? Oh, woeful day. Selby's Lord status goes down by 1. Dear oh dear, he's level 2.
Quick look at the cards. The Welsh will start with Hero of the Age, Shield Wall Braced. They've got a Carpe Diem and an Evade, and obviously they've only got 4 cards in total. Mercians got a poor hand there, but they do have 5 cards and will be able to swap those out, I'm sure, before any major combat.
So I'm on the right flank with Roddy Ap Trotter, who's got the 6 shock cavalry with him. He's leader 3 for the Welsh, and have now got the Artorias guards in the pack. Slingers to his right. Then we got Gwyn with the levy. They'll just have to soak up some punishment today. In the centre is Yacky, Crooner by his side, along with Boyo. And on the left flank, we've got Bryn with his warriors and some more slingers on the left. That river will be impassable. Starting on the Mercian right flank, 3 groups of warriors with honour. He's got some bowmen to his right. In the centre, 2 groups of Hearthguard with Selby. There's old matey there, he's priest, and Chubba, who's hidden away. Declined the combat. But Alby, he's brought a big gang with him. Look at that. 2 groups of Hearthguard in the middle, 2 groups of warriors on the outsides of them. And they've also got some bows on the left flank, snurgling up in the high ground. So, stage is set. Time for a punch-up. First card up is Mercian Missiles. They'll move forward into the marsh. 7, don't quite make it. But they will open fire on Bryn's warriors. 4 dice sitting on 6, long range, and they've moved. No effect. And the other boats will do exactly the same. 2 dice moving forward by the trees. Oh dear, 4. And I'll allow them to fire at the levy here. 4 dice sitting on 6s. Crikey, 3 hits. Well, this lot are obscured by the hill, so I'll have 2 on there and 1 on there. And they're not in shield wall yet. 2, 3, 4, shock, 5, 6, kill. Well, that's 1 shock and 1 kill immediately. And the left-hand group, 1 shock. That'll certainly slow the levy down. Mercian leader 2, that's Albie. He's going to get his line moving forward. It will be a -1 pip per dice if they get there. Yes, they will, so that's 13, 10. 2 groups of Hearthguard in the middle there are going to be quite formidable. Welsh missiles. Well, these chaps here will move forward 2 dice and see if they can have a go at somebody. They go 5. And they're behind the hill, so no. And these chaps will do the same. -1 pip per dice because of the bog. They'll go 6. And they'll open fire on the Mercian bows. Close range. Hitting on 5 and 6. No effect. Mercian leader 1. Honour. They'll try and steer clear of that marsh and go to the right as we look. 7. Welsh leader 2. That is Gwyn with the levy. He'll take those 2 points of shock off and stay where he is. Yacky Dar, he'll advance a little bit. Now the problem Yacky Dar's got is he can't join up with the levy because they're too lower class. So I think he'll sidle over to his left and go towards Bryn. -1 pip per dice because of the rough ground. So they go 6. Selby, 2d6 and join up with Honour. Which he doesn't do. Well, in fact he does because he's so close there. I've got to remember with him he's only got 2 command initiatives. Welsh leader 1, that's Bryn. He'll move to his left over to Yacky Dar. Easily done. And they're all one formation now. Welsh cavalry. Now the problem with them is they can only really get involved if there's small numbers and or there's a lot of shot going around. So they will not be moving yet. And final card is Rodiap Trotter here, who can't do anything at the moment. End of turn. Welsh cavalry, no, they'll stay there. Yacky Dar, force morale is high. He'll get the formation to move forward, -1 pip per dice. Good lord. 17 becomes 14. They nearly charged in. In fact, they have. Can you believe it? They're in. Massively excited. They smashed in there. I didn't get a chance to think about playing any cards. Right, let's work out some dice. Mercians get an extra 1d6 for each group because of the booze effect. So they have 38 dice. The Welsh have 35. It is a bucket load. So let's see where we go with this. That's pretty even from both sides, but of course the Welsh have fewer groups. Right, starting on the left. Warriors. 3, 4 shock, 5, 6 kill. 2 shock, 1 kill. Warriors with honour. 1 shock, 1 kill. Has honour been hit? No. Another group of warriors. 1 shock, 3 kill. Now onto the Hearthguard. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. 2 shock, 1 kill. Has Selby caught it up? No. And final Hearthguard group on the right. 2 shock. Right, over to the Welsh. Warriors on the left. Well, that's a big hit. 1 shock, 3 kill. Next group of warriors. 1 shock, 3 kill again. Baldy's got it. Matey next to him. Has Bryn caught it up? Yes, he has. He's wounded. Come back to that in a minute. Yacky Dar's group. 6 dice here. 2 shock, 1 kill. Has Yacky Dar caught it up? No. And final elite group on the right. Is also 2 shock, 1 kill. And that is a win by 1 for the Mercians. Fall back if excess shock. There is none. Round 2. Ding ding. So firstly, bad things happened for matey here, getting wounded. 2. No effect. This time it's 25 for the Welsh and 31 for the Mercians. Again, I think the Mercians did pretty well there. The booze is having a good effect. Let's start on the back left with them. And that's a kill. Honours group. 2 kill. Ooh, is 1 honour. It is. He's wounded. Matey goes. Third group of warriors. Just the 1 kill. I say just, as down to 2. Now it's all of the Hearthguard with Selby. No effect. And final group is a double kill. Ooh, dear oh dear. Bang. Bang. Right, what's happened to the Welsh? Warriors on the left. Well, that's 2 kill. Baldy's got it. Bryn's gang. 1 kill, 1 shock. Has Bryn caught it up? Oh, he has. Bryn's killed. Gone. Disaster. Now let's have a look at Yacky Dar. They're elites, so that's just 1 shock. And the final group on the right. Again, 1 shock. Ah, can you believe it? Although Bryn's gone down, the Welsh actually won that by net 3. The Mercians will have to withdraw. So Mercians go back a minimum of 6 inches. There is no excess shock, so I think that is about it. There's also no excess shock on the Welsh, so they'll advance too. That is the end of combat. Wow, what a way to start. And of course, not forgetting a bad thing's happened for honour. No effect. Oh well, Selby is up now. Can you believe it? Right before anything happens, the Mercians are going to rally. 4 points, that's nice. And I'm thinking, does he go for it? In fact, he's got 2 command initiatives, so he took another point of shock off here. Nice one, Centurion. And I think he's going to play the Royal Flush, as I call it. Aggressive charge, Carpe Diem, and Strong Arm. The only bad thing about that is the Carpe Diem is not a boar-suited card. Crikey, away we go again. Right, first of all, let's see if they can get in. It's 2 dice because of the Strong Arm, -1 because of the shock. Oh, only just. Right, we're in. So first of all, 17 dice for Strong Arm. 5s and 6s a shock. Wow, look at that, 9 points of shock. Have the dice gods deserted the Welsh and gone to the Mercians? First of all, it's 2 shock on each group. And they'll allow myself for the Welsh to decide where the 9th point of shock will go. Crikey, it's a difficult decision actually. I think actually if I put it here, that means that everybody has the same number of warriors or elites to shock. So it's 3 with 3, 6 with 6, 5 with 5, and 5 with 5. Ooh, straight into combat. 31 dice for the Mercians, but only 16 for the Welsh. And the Mercians are hitting on 3s. Well, look at that. That is 6 hits on each of the Welsh groups. Not good. All right, let's start on the left with the warriors. They've already got 3 shock. And that's another 3, taking them up to 6. With another man gone. They'll be routing. Next group of warriors. Well, that's 2 shock, 2 kill. They'll be routing. Yacky Dar's elites. Just the 2 shock, but that's excess. And final group. 3 shock and 1 kill. 4 with 8, routing. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, before we get too excited, let's see what the Welsh do on the Mercians. Starting on the left at the back. Kill. Next group of warriors. 1 shot, 1 kill. Is the kill on honour? No. Next group of warriors. There's only 2 of them. Well, they're wiped out. Hearthguard. 1 kill. Is that on Selby? No. And the other group are Hearthguard. Another kill. Right, can you believe it? The Welsh win that by 2. So it's fallback 1 inch per shock on groups. I'll do that first. So they go 2. I think they can stay with them. They will go 1. Again, I think they can stay with them. They rout. They rout. They rout. And they have excess. Right, so they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. They go back 2. And now let's do some bad things happen. Right, so first of all for the Mercians, they lost a warrior group here. 6. That's not good. That's -3. Well, they dropped to 5. However, let's see what happens to the Welsh. 2 warrior groups. 6. Oh dear. That's another 3 for them. Down to 9. The other group. 3. Well, that's -2. Down to 7. And finally for the elites. Ooh, just the 1. Got away with that. So after that, the Mercian force morale is on 5. And the Welsh force morale is on 6. But look at that. Yacky is massively exposed. Ooh, misses. And that is the end of combat. Welsh leader 1. Well, that's Bryn. He's gone. Welsh missiles. Well, they need to do a number. I think these slingers will come over here and have a go at Honour's gang. 5. They are just in close range now, and they'll go the right-hand group with Honour himself, hitting on 5s. 2 hits. So these are warriors, 4-5 shock, 6 kill. Well, you can't ask better than that. 1 shock, 1 kill. So that's up to 3. Now has Honour been hit? No. But they're excess, and we'll go back 2 inches. The other missiles here need to get up on the hill, which they just about do. And they'll fire at Albie's right-hand group of warriors. Close range, hitting on 5 and 6. Again, 2 hits. 4-5 shock, 6 kill. Well, that's a kill. Slingers have done well there. Leader 2, Gwyn with the levy. Right, here we are with the levy. They will advance to try and stop Albie smashing into Yacky Dar's rear. They'll form shield wall, so it's only 2 dice 6 movement. They go 7. Mercian leader 1, that is Honour. He'll just take some shock off. He's only level 1 anyway. Mercian missiles. Right, on the Welsh right flank, those chaps there will have a go at the levy. Hitting on 4s. 3 hits. Now they are shield wall. 2, 3, 4 shock, 5, 6 kill, but the first kill is ignored. So that is 2 shock. And the other bows here will pivot and fire at Yacky Dar's gang. They're at long range, hitting on 5s. 1 hit. 5 shock, 6 kill. No effect. Welsh leader 3, already up trotter with the cavalry, can't do anything. And final card is Albie. Aggressive charge being played. -1 pit per dice because of that. Oh dear, they only go 3 inches. Wasted. And that's the end of turn. Right, first card up is the Welsh cavalry. Here they are. And they're doing bugger all there, so they're going to sweep over to the left and try and help out Yacky Dar. 3d6 plus 6. Well, that's 19. Not bad. There they are, thundering over. Yacky Dar. Right, he will take off 2 points of shock and retire. Got to buy some time. Goes back 12. Well, there they are at the moment. And just to the left of Yacky Dar is old Crooner. I wonder what verses he's making up at the moment, because they ain't pretty. Not now, mate. Roddy up trotter, can do nothing. Mercian missiles. Right, again, the bows will fire at these. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. 1 shock. I think these bows will turn and face those slingers and try and see them off. Hitting on 4s, 1 hit. 5 shock, 6 kill. No effect. Leader 2 is Gwyn with the levy. That's 2 points of shock off. So they're now down to 1. Welsh slingers. So hitting the right hand group of warriors here. Needs 4s. 3 hits. 4, 5 shock, 6 kill. 2 shock. And over on the left, I think these slingers will come to their right. Screen Yacky Dar. Which they kind of do. And they'll have a pop at Selby. Hitting on 5s. 2 hits. 5 shock, 6 kill. Ooh, now look at that. Now, to be fair, I think it's one. Should have done 1 dice on each group. So he's gone. And has Selby been hit? Ooh, now he has. Now, does he give that to Jabba or take a wound? I think Jabba takes a hit. Jabba's been wounded, but that's no effect on force morale. Honour, that's 1 point of shock off his warriors. Selby, right, he'll get rid of that shock and he will advance. Goes 7. The final card is Albie, and I'm afraid it's straight up strong arm. They're going to get in and do some damage to the levy. Take a point of shock off here. Do they get in? 2d6 minus 1. Yes. And it's a strong arm of 19 dice, shocking on 5s and 6s. Well, that could have been better because they're in shield wall, so 3 of those don't count, so they all just get 1 shock. However, with 2 groups of Hearthguard here, I think the levy are going to struggle. 27 for the Mercians, 17 for the Welsh. Welsh did pretty well there, actually. Let's see what happens now. Group on the left. Well, that's a crunchy 4 hit. Take off 1 for the shield wall, but that's still 3. Dear oh dear. Gwyn's group. 3 shock, 1 kill. Is the kill on Gwyn? No. And right hand group. 2 shock, 1 kill. Right, going back on the Mercians. These are warriors. 1 shock. Hearthguard. 1 shock, 1 kill. Hearthguard with Albie. 1 shock, 1 kill. Here's the kill on Albie. Oh, it is. Well, there we go. Another noble been wounded. And the final group of warriors on the right as we look. 1 shock, 1 kill. Right, first things first. Bad things happen for Albie. 4. That's -1. Mercians are on 4 force morale. Okie dokie. Now, the Mercians won that by 3. So the levy will go back 6 inches. And they don't have any excess shock. Lucky. Mercians will advance. So the levy move back and draw breath. It could have been worse, but it's still not looking particularly pretty. And Albie's gang are ready to pounce on them again. End of turn. A quick synopsis then, and things are not going well for Yacky Dar and his Welsh warriors. There he is. He's been pushed back, or rather run away. Got a lot of shock on those elites and needs to sort them out, but he's going to be outnumbered. Those slingers may do a little bit of damage against old Selby and the rest of his Hearthguard. They're looking a bit thin on the ground. Meanwhile, Honour's back there with his warriors, not many of them left. But the big worry over here on the Welsh right is the levy. Been hit hard by Albie and his gang there with Hearthguard and warriors. However, have the Welsh got a chance with Roddy Aptrotter here? Shock cavalry. They may be able to do some damage against Selby there. And the big problem for them is their force morale is on 4 and the Welsh are still on 6. All to play for. First card up is Mercian missiles. And then I'll have a go at the slingers here. Hitting on 4s. 3 hits. 5 shock, 6 kill. 1 shot, 1 kill. And over on the Mercian left, I don't think they can do too much apart from move forward and have a go at the slingers. So they'll come over here and have a go at them. Hitting on 5s. 2 hits. 1 kill. Ooh, Welsh Shock Cavalry. Well, there's no Audacia card, unfortunately. However, Carpe Diem and Hero of the Age are going to be played. 3d6 plus 6. They're in. Double the dice and double the shock in the first round of combat. 18 dice for the Welsh, 10 for the Mercians. Well, it's a pretty good hit by the Welsh, and of course, like I said, shock is doubled. They're all elites in this combat, starting on the left. Well, that is 4 shock and 1 kill. Is the kill on Selby? No. Excess. 2 shock and 1 kill. Well, routing. What's coming back on the cavalry? 1 shock only. Oh my lord. That's a win by 2 for the Welsh. So that's fall back 1 inch per shock on groups. So they will go back 4. They will rout. Push him back 2 first. And off he goes. I'll just take him off the table. Cavalry will follow up 2. And that is combat broken. And that's about how things happen for the Hearthguard running away. 3. -2. And the Mercians are on 2. Welsh leader 2. That's Gwyn with the levy. Well, all he can do is take off some shock. And that is Albie. So I'm thinking it is 1 point of shock off here. And they will get in again. No cards to play, unfortunately, for them. -1 inch because of the shock. Yeah, they're in. And away we go again. Now, of course, previously I forgot to play the classic shield wall braced for the Welsh, but they're going to play that this time. Work out some dice. 24 for the Mercians, 12 for the Welsh. However, the Mercians are hitting on 5s. Actually, that's a pretty good hit by the Mercians. Let's start on the left-hand edge of the levy here. 3 shock. So up to 4, which is excess. 3 shock. They're up to 6, which is excess. And 2 shock. Can you believe it? Not excess. So just some shock going around. That's a poor roll by the Mercians there. Let's see what damage the Welsh have done. 2 shock on the Warriors. Next one's a Hearthguard. 1 shock. Hearthguard with Albie. 1 shock, 1 kill. Now, has Albie caught it up? No. And lastly, the warrior group on the right. 1 shock, 1 kill. And that is net 2 win to the Welsh. However, they do have excess shock. So first of all, the Mercians will go back 3 inches because of this lot here. And the rest of them are 2, so they'll all stay together. They'll be going back 3. They will be going back 6, and they'll be going back 3. So the shield wall is going to be broken. That's the end of combat, and look at that. The levy and their shield wall are in disarray. Albie will need to rally his troops and get in there as quick as he can to finish them off. However, we've got some Welsh missiles first. So these slingers up on the hill, they've got a juicy target just to their left. 3 dice, hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Warriors, 4-5 shock, 6 kill. So that's 2 shock. Which pushes them back 2. So again, I think the whole lot goes back. Stays in formation. So that's good going. And over on the left here, of course, the cavalry are in the way, so they're going to have to sidle over to their left. -1 because of that shock. But that's more than enough to go 6. And they'll be having a go at Selby and his Hearthguard. 3 dice hitting on 4s. 2 hits. 5 shock, 6 kill. Well, that's a kill. Now, look at this. If that is not on Selby, then those Hearthguard are going to rout. And that might be the end of the game. So, has Selby caught it up? Well, can you believe it? He has. He's taken one for the team. Now, does he kill Chubba off or take it himself? Well, again, I think he has to kill Chubba because he'll lose some force morale. So, sorry, Chubbs, you're gone. But there's no loss in force morale. Oh, that was close. Honour. Well, he's only got the 1 command initiative, so he'll get his lot to advance. There's no Carpe Diem, so these can evade if they get that far. -1 because of the shock. So they'll go 10. So they will evade. I'll stick them over there for the moment. They'll advance here. Oh no, I got that wrong. They can't evade because they're missiles, not skirmishers. They're gone. Right. Yacky Dar. Haven't seen him for a while. Right, well they'll have to about turn. And he'll take off 2 points of shock, so they're down to 3. Get Crooner sorted out over there with Boyo. Bit of a busted flush at the moment. Gwyn. Well, what can he do? Crikey. I suppose he can tell them to fall back and then fall back. Well, you're going to play a bounty move. So that means that they can come back and then turn around and form up. The others can just come back, but they're not formed up just yet. And they're certainly not in shield wall. The shock remains high. Selby is up now. He will charge the cavalry, but the cavalry are going to evade. So let's see how far Selby goes. 9. Which takes him up to here. Cavalry evade the same number. Well, that's fine. They've gone 13. All right. So away they go. The Hearthguard advances. So there they are. The Hearthguards advance there. They may have got a bit overexcited. The cavalry are up on the hill, awaiting their opportunity. They can't attack at the moment because they've got a point of shock. But look out, Yacky Dar's here with his gang, and they're outnumbering the Mercians. Welsh missiles. Well, there's only one group left. 3 dice hitting on 4s. 1 hit. But that's a kill. And look at that. That is a rout. So I'll just take them off. They've gone. Warrior group lost. Anything but a 1 or 2, and the Mercians are going to run. Oh, blimey, typical. Well, however, the Mercians are down to 1 force morale. They are very fragile. Mercian leader 2, Albie. Well, I think he's going to make an effort to close with the levy. He's level 1, can't take any shock off. So this roll is going to be -3. And that's 8 inches, which is not enough. Desperate times for the Mercians. Now Gwyn's up. All he'll do is take off 2 points of shock. Ooh, look out, Rodiab Trotter. Now that is the single point of shock off the shock cavalry. There they are. They're still on the hill. They're raring to go. Yacky Dar. Crikey, this is ding dong. Right, I think he has to take off 2 points of shock. So they're pretty much good to go. He has 1 Bebamus card. And that can be used to give the Mercians a -1 on to hit rolls in combat because he's going for it. And he's got aggressive charge. Right, are they in? Yes, that's a -1, but that's plenty. Bang. Crooner's up there. He's already started singing. 10 dice to the Welsh, 6 to the Mercians. Mercians hitting on 5s, Welsh hitting on 3s. 8 hits on the Mercians, 2 on the Welsh. 4-5 shock, 6 kill. 2 shock, 3 kill. Has Selby caught it up? He has, so he's wounded. 2 kill, 1, 2. 1 chap left, 2 shock. They're going to rout. Selby's wounded. Let's see what damage they've done back on Yacky Dar. 1 kill. Has Yacky Dar been hit? No. Well, it's a net 1 win to the Welsh, but I don't think it really matters because Selby's been wounded, so some bad things happened for him. 5, that's -2, and the elite's running away. 4, that's another -2, and I'm sorry to say that Selby has failed again. Can you believe it? That takes them well below force morale of 0, and they're going to stream away from the field. Well, can you believe it? I mean, it's just incredible. Those levy absolutely smashed on the right, but they're still there. Albie doing his best to push forward, but took too many casualties. But I'm afraid hubris has got the best of Selby here. It was the force morale that did him in the end, and they just didn't have enough and cracked. Yacky Dar, what can we say? I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? I really thought they were under the cosh here and we're going to fail. Crooner is going to be singing all night long, all year long. Fantastic effort. The Battle of Brummiburh goes to the Welsh.